Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am your host, CenterStrain01, and we are playing The Division 2. This is technically the first video. This is the prologue. First of all, thank you to Ubisoft for allowing me to play this for you guys and show it off to you. Big, huge shout out to them. So we've just created our character after loading up the game for the first time, and here we go. So first off, I'm going to need to go into the settings because you can't go into the settings as soon as you... One thing that I'm not very, very keen on is when games just automatically start up. But The Division 2 falls into that category where it automatically starts up as soon as you go inside the game and there's nothing you can really do. It's just... it goes right into it. So with that being said, we're going to need to make sure that we change a few things before we get ourselves in there. Like for one, I am a little bit weird because I prefer to have invert Y access, which I know a lot of other people out there probably don't, but that's just me. Everything else should be just fine. All right, so here's the character that we created in the previous video, and let's get started.
Over here! Agent! Meet me at the gate.
Priority mission highlighted. Proceed to the marker.
I always love the fact that Garrus from the Mass Effect series is on comms with us. You guys know me, I like to do as much detail as I can, so I'm going to look around here and just see. But it looks like we're pretty much got to go.
Jump over it!
Hostile threat detected. Take cover.
Quick! Reload! Down in position! Coming! Hey! Cover! Keep firing! I'm taking that! Shoot this thing! Coming! What to do? Get them all! New mag goes in here! Watch your flank!
Well, that got dark really fast.
Don't stay in one spot for too long. Come on! You have to get down there to help him.
Cannot quite tell where...
See him? They're in the open.
There he is.
Be okay.
Someone check the perimeter!
See to those barricades, and have someone radio the patrols to be on the lookout for stragglers. Some of those bastards got away. I didn't expect another attack so soon. You okay? If this keeps up, we're gonna have to relocate. Come on, help me with this. We're stretched too thin to protect everyone here. Not again.
Get to the waterfront!
That can't be right. code. The coordinates for Washington, D.C. How is this possible?
Get down! Everybody get down! Someone has to stay. We can't just leave these people here. Whatever happened, it needs to be fixed or it's all over. You go! I'll do what I can here. Go!
We took things for granted. We expected coffee in the morning. We expected free Wi-Fi. When those were taken from us, we survived. When communications broke down, the trains stopped and the internet went dark, we survived.
But when the pharmacies were looted and hospitals shut down, asthma became lethal. And with no police to protect you, did you own a gun?
Did your neighbor?
Some survived.
We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, we found ways to go on. And now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, we helped each other.
We built new communities in the ruins of the old. We adapted. We survived. Established a new normal. But there are also those who build nothing. Create nothing.
Hyenas preying on the weak. They've made our world bleed. But we don't stand alone. A brave few have sworn to protect us and save what remains. They unite us.
Remind us that we are one people. They are our shield and our light. But if that light goes out,
who can save us then?
It's been 7 months since the outbreak. We still live in fear of the virus, the green poison. The real danger is out there, waiting.
Incoming alert on the SHD emergency channel. Flash, priority.
The base of operations is under attack. Hostile forces have breached our southern perimeter. We are in need of immediate assistance. Repeat, need immediate assistance from any nearby agents.
I can't stress enough how amazing the game looks. I mean, good job to Massive and Red Storm for creating such a detailed environment, especially on a game of this scale. Now remember, we're going to be playing most of the missions co-op. But the beginning here, you have to play solo, obviously.
Let me help. Nobody messes with our town.
Looks like they automatically die and we couldn't save them, unfortunately. This is what they call a looter shooter. So you're going to be going around and you're going to be picking up pretty much everything you can think of in order to keep upgrading your equipment. So we're going to equip this because it's gives us better damage protection.
Our job is to make sure nobody comes up from behind.
All right, let's take out the one on top first, since he is a grenadier.
No prisoners. I'm gonna drop you, motherfucker.
I've got eyes on a division agent heading north toward the White House. Looks like they've cut down a group of hyenas and are headed this way.
Agent, if you can hear us on this frequency, keep pushing forward and blindside these bastards.
That's one thing I love about this is back in whenever Conviction came out, they had started using this cover system, which allows you to easily get to cover and move around cover and everything, and I really, really enjoy it. And they've been using it pretty much in almost every game since then. Want to make sure that we pick up everything we see. So if we actually go into our inventory, we can see if these knee pads are actually any better. And you can see that they are. The ones we have on are always going to be on top. So we can go ahead and equip these. And if you no longer need these, you can deconstruct, so that way you can get other parts, considering that you're never going to need them again. And you get fabric, which you'll be able to build other items and stuff with. I mean, just look at the detail in this game. Surprised I didn't kill that guy right there. Now, one thing that the Division 2 has going for it is they will stay behind cover. They won't come up that much, especially if you do continuous fire on them. Once they get in the cover, they'll actually stay down pretty well. give you a lot of opportunities, so you gotta really kind of move from one enemy to another to make sure that you are able to aim at the enemy correctly. See, he'll stay down if you keep putting too much fire on him. Almost a little bit out of distance there, but we were able to get him. A little bit of sway on all the weapons, so recoil, obviously. Better grips, better things like that are going to make it to where you won't have to worry about that as much. But you have to pay attention to your environment. Pick up things. Always improving weapons. That's the thing. You never want to stay with any particular weapon. Well, you can stay with a particular weapon, but either upgrade it, make it better or whatever, or a particular type of weapon. My favorite types of weapons are the LMGs and the sniper rifles. So you'll see me use those a lot. More firepower is better, and LMGs can provide you up to 100 rounds in a single magazine, which is amazing because that way you know you can put all your effort into one enemy and make sure he goes down. Now, for those of you that live in Washington, D.C., let me know how authentic it is to what you see everything around you. Does it seem like it's the White House is here and then everything else seems to be fairly close to around everything? Let me know. I'm pretty sure this is probably the back of the White House, right?
Good thing you arrived when you did.
Come on over here, Agent. Hey, thanks for the help out there. You should check in with Manny, our coordinator, upstairs in the blue room. And come by here if you ever need help with your tech.
No, we're okay. That was probably the worst attack yet. Once we assess the damage.
This is you. Welcome to DC. I'm Manny. I run comms. I'm guessing the division alert brought you here? Damn glad to see you. Let me show you exactly how screwed we are. Ever since the JTF imploded, the city's become a playground for murderous fuckheads. There are several main factions, and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are still holding out against all this villainy. They need more help than we've been able to provide, especially since the division network went dark. That's Kelso. She's one of the last surviving agents in DC. She's operating out of the theater settlement on a priority mission. You should go check in with her. If anyone knows how to get these systems back online, it's her. Oh, and introduce yourself to the locals while you're at it. It'll comfort them to know there's a new sheriff in town.
By the way, Agent, head downstairs and check in with the quartermaster. He can get you set up with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
My back. It's killing me.
All right, so we've got skills. Now, this is going to be very important. I can already tell you what skills you're going to want to have equipped. Drones are very important. In my experience, I've played a lot of this game already at different events from Ubisoft that they've invited me to, and I can tell you that Pulse is very good, especially if you want to get a leg up on the enemies, because you don't always know where the enemies are when you get into a situation. So if you can sneak in, and let's say you're in a team of 3 or 4 or something, and you're all ready to fire, and you can kind of coordinate when you want to attack, getting a Pulse in there will allow you to be able to see where every enemy is, so you can say, hey, you take these 3, you take these 3, and it just makes things a little bit easier as well. Turrets are very, very good too. But it just really, really depends on what type you get from the start here, so we're going to find out. Striker tracks targets and attempts to maintain line of sight while continuously firing. Defender attempts to deflect incoming bullets from a sonic emitter mounted beneath the drone. So that's pretty cool. It's more of a defensive. Bombardier requires that an agent set 2 points and then deploys a payload of miniature explosives between them. So if an enemy walks into that specific zone, then they can take them out. And Fixer, which is replenishes nearby allies' armor, or can be manually targeted to a specific ally. Striker seems to be like, you know, the one that will take enemies out the way that you probably want. Again, drones are very, very good to have. So I'm just trying to think to myself exactly what do I want. So there's the drones, and we're taking a look at everything because I want to show you, because I am playing this early, so I want to show you the different ones that you've got. So there's drone. Another really, really good is turret. So you've got the assault, which automatically tracks and attacks hostiles, but it also can be manually overridden so that you can do a specific enemy instead of anyone that's firing in the vicinity that it sees. Incinerator, controlled by the deploying agent to dispense streams of flame forward-facing cone. So if it's in the vicinity, it's going to incinerate them, which is awesome. And of course, Sniper, high caliber rounds at manually selected targets. So good for when you want to specifically have one enemy that you want to take care of while you're handling others. This is probably a really, really good one to have. And we'll take a look at Pulse as well. We've got Scanner that does, which is pretty much what you normally would think it would do. Scans for hostiles and puts them on the agent HUD. Remote, continually pulse the nearby area in case other enemies come in, because sometimes they do flank from the left or right and you don't really see where those enemies are. They'll come in from different locked rooms and things like that. There's been many times where I was sitting right next to a room not knowing it was going to open up, and then bam, enemies right there. Well, this will keep that from happening, so you'll know when enemies come into the fight. And Jammer. The Jammer pulses outwards, overloading and disabling hostile electronics. The Hive is a restorer, sends out micro repair drones that extend themselves to repair allies' armor. So you throw this in a vicinity if an ally is getting bombarded, health is low. If you want to repair their armor, you can throw it out towards them and it'll repair anyone in the vicinity. Stinger sends out micro drones that attacks and distracts nearby enemies for a specific location. Reviver, obviously you guys know what that is. So this would probably be really good. I think one person should definitely have a reviver. If your team is starting to go down, you can throw one in the vicinity, especially since you can't make it yourself to them. Probably be a really, really good idea. And Booster, that increases their efficiency. So, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. We showed you a few of those. Shield, you guys know what shields are, different types of shields. As far as what I'm going to go with first, I think the first one I'm going to go with is going to be the assault drone. Although I kind of want Sniper. But that only targets one, and I think I want a broad range. So anyone that gets too close to me, it'll target, and it'll help me out. So we're going to go with that first. And when I get with my team that we do all the co-op stuff for, we're going to mix and match to make sure that we have the best system for us. So now that we've done that, we've also got these things called perks, but you have to equip them too. So don't forget to actually equip your skills after this. And these are passive bonus that will enhance your character in various ways. They use SHD tech, and they have upgrade levels as well, some of them. First of all, it wants you to unlock this one first, which is a weapon slot, so that way you can have 2 main weapons and a 1 pistol type of weapon. But that's all we have, so it just gives us the basic for now. Strongholds, you guys get the idea. You've played these games before, you know exactly what they entice. Love the map system. All right, so we have our main mission here, which is going to be the settlement. So we just need to get to the settlement. So it is already selected for us, so we can do that. And then once we actually do that, then we can actually go.
Here, Agent. Take a look at what I've got for you.
We have a box to unlock. Don't forget to do these every time you level up. It's very important. So we got some knee pads and a military M9. So you have to go into your system. You got deliveries and all that stuff as well. So just make sure that you check everything. Here's our weapons. So we've got only 1 right now. But we should have a better, yes, the M9. This one is definitely a lot better. So we're going to equip that one, and then we'll mark this one. Not as junk, but deconstruct. And we got way better knee pads. So remember, you only have 30 slots of inventory, so you definitely want to make sure that you deconstruct things that you do know that you no longer are going to need. All right, it says I have items in my mailbox. Reward for completing dark. Okay, so we've got a bunch of this that has been awarded to us for completing the beta. So let's go ahead and move all these to our inventory. Nice. All right. Okay, we should be good. As far as everything else goes, I think we're okay. Yeah, it seems like we're good.
Come on over here, Agent. You're gonna want to.
So now we're just going to make our way.
The neighborhoods you'll be moving
Whoa,
through
it just
are
went
hyena
to
territory.
from
They're a bunch of
night to
vicious
day
assholes
there.
who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. They've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together. But when DC is the priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not gonna last long without support.
All right, so now the world is open to us, and we can pretty much go anywhere. Although different areas have different levels of enemies, so you do want to be careful. And if you want, we're going to go ahead and take out these enemies first here and help our team. help this guy out. I don't know if you can shoot through there. That would be cool, though. Now, you always know if there's any enemies around because they will be lit up in the top left. You'll see red. If there's no red, that means you've got no enemies around. All right, so we picked up a new AKM. Whenever you're doing this stuff, it's all real time, so you need to remember that make sure you're behind cover so that way you don't get yourself accidentally fired at. So we're going to equip that bad boy. So now we have 2 different weapons. Right now, we're just kind of making our way to find Odessa at the theater, and then after that, we'll start our co-op adventure. As I was saying earlier, if you take a look at this, and then you go into your map by clicking, well, I'm on the PlayStation, so just the touchpad.
Agent in need of backup.
You'll see the different levels of areas. So right now, this is a very, very simplistic area, level-wise. So see, they realistically try to take cover. Let's get our turret out there and let's see how this works. So you can have them aim specifically at an enemy. Always try to take out the grenades as soon as you can. Those are the guys you got to worry about. Let's see if we can get a good flank here. So we're moving this way, and then we can actually move around the car. And then we can take them out. Now, if your turret's still up, unfortunately, you can't just like take the turret and bring it back. You have to hold down R1, or depending on what system you're on, and then that way it destroys it, so you can do the cooldown to get the next one. You're constantly getting new weapons, so you always remember that you need to constantly be looking at your inventory and making sure that you have the specific weapons equipped that are going to best be for you. All right, so the military P46 has 110 damage, but the AK and the MP5A2 has better damage. So right now we have the military P416, so we're going to go for the MP5A2 because it has better damage. Now, granted, it's more of an SMG type weapon than an assault rifle. Tells you that there are some enemies over in that area there. That's why you see the little reds, but they're not onto you or anything like that. They don't know you where you are. Got some more enemies up ahead. This is where that pulse comes in handy. If you want to throw something up there, you can see there's an enemy on top. So I've got 2 up there, but this guy, what is he? He's not a grenadier, so...
I want to see blood.
A lot of sway on this weapon specifically. Sometimes it's quicker to change weapons instead of reloading. Remember, you've got 2 main weapons, so if you're in a bad situation, it's definitely better. You can also examine specific weapons on the fly, so you know which ones are going to be better. And as you can see, this one is way better for use. So we're going to go ahead and equip it. Now, also you want to make sure that whatever weapon you have equipped at that specific time is correct, because what I want is that one to be actually number 1. And then we're going to go with the AKM as number 2. And you can see the metagame that you play. But I guarantee you that we're going to have lots of fun with some great banter, good strategy type of play when I get some of my buds in here after this video. This is just the prologue mission where you do by yourself, and then everything else kind of opens up to you. So we're just kind of slowly making our way. I do know that I saw some enemies up ahead. And looks like we've got them by surprise. They didn't even see it coming. Nice. Again, destroy your turret when there's no more enemies around. Like I said, you're constantly getting upgrades, so you always got to go into your inventory and make sure that you have everything equipped that you need. We got a better holster. And you always see like an exclamation point if something is going to be that you just picked up. It may not necessarily be better, but it'll let you know.
Nearby echo detected.
All right, let's take a look at this echo.
I gotta get back to work. Thanks for the movie, Manny.
Anytime, Theo.
You coming over for dinner?
Not tonight. Gotta meet with some National Guard buddies. They're worried they'll get called to hell with quarantine in New York.
Okay.
This is serious.
It's the flu. You remember swine flu? Everyone freaked out for nothing. You'll see. In a couple of months, no one will even remember what the dollar flu was, like Y2K.
Y2K?
You really know how to make a guy feel old.
I'm just messing with you. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's just gonna blow over. People are scared. And you know what happens when people get scared?
You worry too much, mijo. Give me your wallet. Yeah. Don't make us hurt you. Oh, hell no. Oh, you should have just given it up, old man. Help! Someone help us! Call 911! We need help! Please, stay with me, Theo.
So if you want to get into the backstory of the game, obviously checking out these echoes are how you were going to do it.
I gotta get back
And then
to
you
work.
can just play them over and over again. It's kind of just, you know, a way for you to get into the backstory.
Coming up
You can see that there is some pop in, obviously. You don't see a lot of detail back.
Sawyer. Try to stay on her good side.
Good to see you!
Once you get into these areas, you can no longer use your weapons or skills.
You guys are kicking ass, Ethan.
You out there alone. If you wait, we will provide armed accompaniment to escort you home.
Come on over and take a look. Shit.
Agent, over this way.
If you're looking for Agent Kelso, she just left. I should have gone with her. But I'd only slow her down. I know you got your own problems to deal with. But them hyena motherfuckers took my little girl. To get to me. If you can help, I'll be on your debt. And I always pay my debts.
All right, so there you go. It's just kind of like the main menu.
This way. Hi, Agent.
All right, so that is going to be it as far as what this video is going to encompass. However, there are a few things that we can check out here. We've got new services, vendors, deploy the main ropes. So let's do that. And then in the next video, we're going to start tackling some co-op mission gameplay. You see that the next one is actually down there. So get to know your theater settlement. Matchmaking station. Your stash. And there should be a vendor.
Want to take a look at what I got?
This is where you can buy and sell some of the things that you currently have. If you want to sell like a weapon that you no longer need, and then you'll get, you know, stuff for it. So let's say if we wanted to sell the MP5A2 because we're no longer going to be using it.
Exactly what I needed. This fits the bill. Thanks for the deal.
All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. This has been the prologue for The Division 2. You're going to see a lot of gameplay coming out for this over the next, obviously, few weeks and stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. And let me know what I can do to improve these videos. Please leave a like. Share these videos if you can. It really, really helps the channel grow, and we want to continue to grow here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace out.
God bless the Division.